Now my next guest has graced the same stage as Beyonce and Mary J. Blige. She's also written for the former Spice Girl Melanie C. Singer, songwriter, producer, what doesn't she do? Seyi Shay is back in the UK where her music career began. Shay was born in London and educated in both Nigeria and the UK. She was in 2 girl groups in the UK before heading to Nigeria, where she has built up a massive fan base. Before we meet her, she's very impressive. Let's see Shay in action, where she's even more impressive. Welcome to the programme. Just looking at all these different images of you, I can see the influence of Destiny's Child here. But I mean, some people compare you to Beyonce. Whilst that's a compliment on the one level, do you also find it annoying because you're a musician in your own right?
Do they compare me to Beyonce, or do they just... I think it's more about the fact that Beyonce's dad was my manager for 4 years, and we underwent a lot of the disciplines that Destiny's Child and Beyonce went through. I don't think people would compare me to Beyonce. I don't think anybody can be compared to her.
No, well, you're very unique, so and that's the important thing, to be true to yourself. But you said he gave you all sorts of disciplines. What sort of things? Are we talking about the way that you perform, the fact that you use a lot of dance in your singing as well?
I mean, yes, because we were under the training of people like Frank Gatson and Daniela Polanco. And Frank Gatson is the godfather of dance. I mean, he was Michael Jackson's choreographer, so and he is Beyonce's choreographer still. And so we had the opportunity to work with him during our time with Matthew Knowles and boot camp and boot camp. Literally, we would wake up in the mornings at 5 a.m. and go to Herman Park when we were in Houston and train for a few hours before coming back to go into the studio, then to do media training, then to do vocal training, then to record our songs. So it was very intense, and definitely, you know, that was definitely the disciplines that, you know, we underwent.
I mean, I've seen some of your videos, and they are very, very physical. There's a lot of singing, there's a lot of dancing. And to do that, to combine the two, that's really tricky. How do you do it? Well,
I would say it's natural because I'm African, and in Africa, we rhythm, beat, is our life. It's an everyday thing. We dance all the time. We sing all the time.
But they're very energetic dance moves. We're not talking about simple foot tapping here.
You're right. You're right. But like I said, I'm African. It's natural to me. But also being trained by people like Daniel Polanco and Frank Gatson and Matthew Knowles. It's easy. It comes natural to me now.
Yeah, so it's hard at first, but then after a while, the more you pursue it, it just becomes like breathing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been doing music for a long time now, and I've gone through so much training, both, you know, like ethically, performance-wise, I mean, everything. I've been very blessed, very blessed, yes.
And in terms of your music, how would you describe it? Because just listening to that excerpt there, you've got a lovely African rhythm fused with something a bit more modern and rocky, very dancey. So does it defy categorization?
What we call that type of music, Jungle Over from the clip you just played, is high life music. Now, high life, some will tell you that it was born in Ghana. Okay, and high life is the kind of music that Fela Kuti made very popular, all right, and made quite worldwide. But it actually came from Ghana. Some people will argue, all right, but that's actually a fact. And the rhythm and the tonation and the dialect that I'm speaking in is Pidgin English, all right, or broken English.
Sure.
High life is the #1 style of music that comes out of Africa, especially West Africa. And it's the only music that everybody in Africa relates to and can identify with. And so I decided to make a high life song. Even though people don't necessarily relate me, Seyi Shay, to high life music, I decided to make a high life song because I wanted to connect with the grassroots. And I wanted to connect with the people of where I'm from. So you've got one type of music, if you like, the high life. Yes, the high life, which is the traditional
African music
of Africa,
basically.
yes.
So that's for the African audience. But
That's
then
mainly for the African audience.
Mainly for the African audience, but obviously it's open to everybody.
Well, it's open to everybody because it's a nice melody and it's a nice tune, and whether you understand it or not, I mean, I've read things. I've read from a journalist in Canada who's a white man who heard it and wrote about it, and he was sitting in his hotel room. He said, "I heard it. I didn't understand what she was saying, but it sounded like summer." You know, and that's the feeling that we want to give people when they're listening to it. So, I mean, it's pretty much. I think that music translates and transcends all genres and all languages and all cultures. And if Jangalova can do that, then I'm really happy.
You're a very busy lady, so we're very privileged to have your time.
Thank you.
Sadly, is running very tight with us at the moment.
I can imagine.
What are your plans now? You're in the UK. How long for? Are you touring? Are you producing? Are you writing?
Well, I mean, I'm in the UK at the moment. I've been here for almost a week now. Interviews, just promo, saying hi to everyone, you know, letting everybody know that my album will be out in the third quarter of this year, featuring international and local producers and artists as well. You know, it's just been a great trip, you know, speaking to people like yourself and having fantastic meetings about, you know, exciting things that are happening, that are coming up soon. It's going to be a very busy rest of the year. Coke Studios, you know, just a lot of things, a lot of shows.
I don't want to. 2016 as well.
Right into 2016. I don't know if I can. I mean, a lot of the things I'm involved with right now, i.e., brands and corporations and things like that, are name brands. I don't know if I can say them on TV, but people can follow me on Twitter and
that's
Instagram,
where they can find out about
and then they can see who I'm working with, what's happening. The new single is coming out soon. The album is coming out on this day, you know, and that day. So I think, you know, we'll leave it, let people research. Yeah,
absolutely. But look, at the end of the day, you're very busy, okay?
Extremely.
And we've had a clip of your music, which sounds absolutely fantastic.
Thank
we
you.
wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you so much.
And hopefully we'll be talking to you again very soon. Because
and check out Murder as well. Murder is a great hit. It has way over 1 million hits on YouTube.
Murder.
Not murder. Not like kill, murder.
Not
murder. M-U-R-D-A.
I'm glad you've clarified that. I'm glad you've clarified that. We don't do criminal activity.
That was my first #1 all over Africa.
Excellent. We'll look out for that. Seyi Shay, we'll leave it there, but thank you so much for joining us on This Day Live.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.